Hi.
Hello.
Hi, again.
Welcome. No, thank you. I'm not doing well today.
You're not? You sure you want to do this today?
Yes. Hello. Welcome
fucking
to
hell.
Mainly Murder with Meg and Mum. I'm
Third time's a
Meg.
charm.
Third time is a charm. I'm Meg, your mum.
Correct.
Merry Christmas. Happy
Happy
New Year.
New Year. Happy birthday. Whatever.
Happy Hanukkah. So this is our first episode back for 2026.
Is it?
It is also
Dun, dun, dun.
episode number 50.
Oh,
But
wait, there's more.
it has been 1 year since we put our first episode out.
Christ, really?
This will go out on the 6th of January. Our first episode went up last year on the 8th of January.
Wow. Lordy Lord.
And you've learned
And
how
you
much about true crime.
Fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't name 5 cases we've done.
Who were Betty and Barney Hill?
What?
Betty and Barney Hill.
I don't know. There was a Betty Hill used to be a comedian on TV.
No. Betty and Barney.
I don't know. What did they do? Were they the UFOs?
Yes.
So you only got that because of the look on your face. It was like, come on, there was something stupid. Okay.
Anyway, so today, due to
I remember some of the stories, but just not.
Yeah, like
I
the
couldn't,
guy
like,
on the
you go,
bus.
Oh, it's so and so. Oh, that was disgusting. But I couldn't tell you the names and where, how, who. Just some of the disgusting things people have done.
Well, this one I think you will know. You'll know the name.
Okay.
So being our 50th, our first year, our everything. Happy New Year.
So much happening.
We're going to today talk about John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, okay.
Name rings a bell?
Yeah.
Yeah. So John Wayne Gacy
I
was...
think I kept seeing it on like Netflix or something.
Yeah. There's a couple of Netflix things on him. So John Wayne Gacy was born on the 17th of March, 1942 in Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago.
Go, say the line.
Go on.
So,
Sorry, I thought you said something about that noise that just happened. Yeah, I've been there.
yeah, he's been there. So John was the middle
Have
child.
we not done him before?
No,
Okay.
we haven't.
All right.
Hence why we're doing him now.
take
We
your
don't
word
double up, bitch.
I'll take your word for it. I would if it was me doing it. I'd be
Feel like
this
today
story
is the
sounds
same.
familiar."
We've done 50 episodes on the same person. So John...
Well, that would be worth listening for people, wouldn't it?
John was the middle child to John and Marion. Yes, he was a John Jr.
See, yeah, there's a lot of that, isn't there,
There
in the old
is.
serial killer industry?
John, yep.
If you're
Second,
named
third.
after your father, you're in the chance of being a serial killer.
And a middle child.
Oh, well, I'm
Yeah.
in. Woo!
So his dad was a World War I veteran and an auto repair mechanist. Mechanic? A written mechanist.
I'm guessing that's wrong.
And his mum was a homemaker. His dad was also an alcoholic who was verbally and physically abusive towards his family and seemed unable to display emotions such as happiness.
Oh.
His dad was described as being able to do anything with his hands. He would repair the house, make tools, and he was a bit of
kids.
His kids, yeah, those hands were throwing.
Whack, mum, off you go.
And he was a bit of a perfectionist.
All right.
His mum, on the other hand, was described as a sociable woman who loved to sing and dance and have a drink or two with friends.
Oh, okay. They're very different.
She was also a hard worker, and before she married John, she was a pharmacist. Cool. His dad...
Did you want something on that? Oh.
His dad would usually target John's close relationship with his mum and sisters. His mum would try to shield him from his dad's abuse. But
Was he the only boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
His mum would try to shield him from his dad's abuse, but this would result in John being called a sissy and a mama's boy.
Oh, mama's boy.
He would never miss an opportunity to remind John that he was a disappointment. In 1949, a family friend started to molest John.
Oh.
And he was too scared to tell his dad because he thought...
You can always count on family friends, can't you?
Yeah.
It's just like a close family friend.
It's
revealed
always...
to so-and-so that this is what happened.
That's how they get access to them.
Yeah. To the close family friend.
Well, yeah, he was close family that started to molest John. John was too scared to tell his dad because he thought he would blame him for it. John Wayne Gacy was described as an overweight and unathletic child.
Hey, been there.
No
judgment here, Johnny boy.
He did have somewhat of an excuse as he had a heart condition and was told by doctors to avoid participating in sports.
Oh, I'm sure.
Could have written me a note for that.
I was gonna,
Instead of your rolled ankle, every sports carnival.
We just bandage you up going, she sprained her ankle.
Oh, hurt me wrist. Oh, the beep test? Hold on, let me just call my mother for a fucking note.
so bad.
Good times.
It's funny now.
At the age of 18, John started getting involved in politics. He was an assistant precinct captain for a local Democratic Party candidate. Jesus Christ, that's a hard
English
word.
your second language?
No.
Okay.
In 1960, John's dad brought him a car, but would hold it over his head and constantly take the keys away from him.
Oh.
By 1962, John purchased a second set of keys and left home with $136.
Hang on.
One.
So Dad got him in the car and used to piss around, keep taking the keys off him to be an asshole. And so John just eventually could afford a second set of keys so he could steal Dad's car, literally.
Yeah, well,
Okay. Because I'm guessing it was in Dad's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stole his dad's car, basically.
So he left home with $136, which would be about $1,400 now, and drove to Las Vegas.
Oh, okay. Been there. Just saved you pausing.
I'm going to punch you in the throat.
I was just going to throw it in.
I'll throw you in the fucking bin with your grandson. You and your grandson can live happily in the bin.
Yeah, we will.
While in Las Vegas, John Wayne Gacy worked for the ambulance service and then worked as a mortuary attendant.
Oh, that'd be an interesting job, although I don't think I could handle it. Don't you reckon? How they, they do them all up so they don't look so bad when their family come to...
Yeah. Well, because he left home, his living arrangements was that he would sleep on a cot behind the embalming room.
Oh.
On one evening...
Got a bit warm?
John got into the coffin
of
a teenage boy and caressed him.
Oh, fuck.
Look, it just goes downhill from here.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he got in a coffin and that was his bed. I was going to go, okay, that was
No,
weird.
there was a
weird
body
enough.
in there.
I didn't know there was a touchy-feely moment.
Oh, he's
fucking
very
corpse.
touchy-feely. I think he realised he didn't like them...
Alive?
Dead.
He didn't like them dead.
Like, he obviously liked killing people, but it wasn't like Dharma or Dennis Nelson where he liked...
Spoiler.
Where he, sorry. But like Dennis Nielsen, remember he put him under the floorboard and he'd bring him back up.
Sorry,
and
what?
Dennis Nielsen was the one with the dog.
What were the 2 words you just said? Remember this?
Remember when?
Yeah. Remember? No.
But he obviously didn't like them dead. Like a lot of them, like Dharma liked them when they were dead, and like they liked it when they couldn't, like it was just like having a little doll.
Okay.
Yeah, but this was like,
Okay, so he's got in the coffin, had a little touchy-feely with some poor dead person.
And then he decided to go back home to Chicago, enrolled in Northwestern Business College.
So we're back home?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder how that went. Hey, Dad.
How long was he in Vegas for? Do we know?
Only a few months.
Oh, okay.
Once he graduated, he began working as a trainee manager for the Nunn Bush Shoe Company. By 1964, he had worked his way up to department manager and was now also engaged to Marilyn Myers.
Really?
Yeah. By this time, John was also a member of the JCs. We fucking talked about them.
What are the JCs?
The JCs are the weird little, group. It's like not a gang, but it's nothing like a gang. Well, it's like a social group.
Okay.
Like Ed Gein. No.
I'm waiting for you to say The Simpsons. That's all I can think of is... what were they called in The Simpsons?
No, they were the Stonemasons.
The Stonemasons. That's all I can think of.
No,
the way you're looking at me, I'm like, she's saying I know this shit and I don't.
I think Elvis and Ed Kemper
Elvis is a hero.
Anyway, so he became a JC, and by the following year in 1965, he was the vice president of the Springfield JCs.
Oh, right. Springfield.
Yeah, that's weird that you just said The Simpsons.
Oh, okay. Now we're cooking. So Bart and Homer were there?
Oh,
you're right.
I'm a bit sweaty.
Well, you don't have to flash your fucking tits at me.
On.
I thank Christ. I was like, God.
In September 1964.
Last week it was your mutt. This time it's your tits. Jesus Christ.
My mutt alone, thank you. In September 1964, John and Marilyn got married, and Marilyn's dad purchased a KFC restaurant in Waterloo, Iowa.
Oh, have I done this as a question?
Yes, we had a fight about what his job was.
Something?
And John became the manager there.
Well, that wasn't his first job then, was it?
I'm going to kill you. The next episode is going to be, hello, welcome to episode 51. This is about mum.
Mainly murder with Megan.
Mainly murdering mum with Meg from prison.
Oh, sounded a bit twisted.
So the couple moved to Iowa as the job was too hard to pass on, as he would receive $15,000 per year, which now would be $152,000.
Sorry, can I ask what that is?
What?
What's
that?
that?
The Y thing?
Yeah.
That's a Wi-Fi.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway.
I thought it was a humidifier.
The couple moved to Iowa as the job would be hard to pass on, as he would receive $15,000 per year, which now would be $152,000 per year, and a share in the
Managed KFC.
Yeah, and a share in the KFC profits. John would often invite the staff over to his basement to play pool and have some drinks, which would be cool if the staff weren't all teenagers.
Oh, yuck.
In February 1966, Marilyn gave birth to their daughter.
Shit, what date? I'm starting to get worried.
Oh my God, were you born in
God.
Iowa?
No.
Do you reckon he smelled like chicken all the time?
Oh, he'd have to.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to.
So they gave birth
That's
to
like you could never date anyone that worked at a fucking fish shop. Just
yuck.
walking past the shop stinks. Imagine being in that fucking thing for 8 hours every day.
I would like to say publicly, I feel sorry for anyone that works at Wholesome Footscray or in the vicinity of there. Because that fucking fish market thing, whatever, that fucking stank. I smelt that in my car for like 20 minutes.
Well, there you go. That's what I mean. Imagine working in a shop or working somewhere like that
Disgusting.
all the time. So, yes, he would smell of KFC.
Lovely.
But he'd be finger licking good.
That's disgusting. I don't want to think about John Wayne Gacy's fingers or him licking anything.
Okay.
Anyway, so February 1966, Marilyn gave birth to their daughter. And in March 1967, to their son.
They didn't muck around, did they?
No. John felt like his life was perfect. He had a wife, he had kids, he had a good job, he had a house. He also felt like he had finally won his dad's approval.
Oh, whoop-de-fucking-do.
On one visit, his dad shook his hand and said, "Son,
I'm proud of you.
I was wrong about you."
Oh, really? Think you got in a bit earlier there,
Yeah.
Pops?
Oh, Joe was John Sr.
Yeah, John Senior.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
Okay, John Senior. We're up to.
John Sr.
You can't see him.
Of course, with the move to Waterloo, John was now a member of the Waterloo JCs.
Oh, right.
At the meetings, John would often supply KFC and insist... What? It gets worse.
All the leftover shit at the end of the night. Didn't sell this crap. Let's take it to
No,
the
I reckon he
meeting.
took the good stuff. Like, he liked to be up everyone's asses.
Oh, okay.
And insisted on being called Colonel.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He's such a loser. And he was fat too. Just to throw that in there.
And he was fat too.
In August 1967, John sexually assaulted 15-year-old Donald Voorhees.
Was this the first time, other than the weird thing in the coffin?
Yeah.
This was the first person
that we know about, yeah.
Okay.
Donald Voorhees Jr. He'd convinced a teenager to come over to his place to watch a stag movie. That comes up a lot, that they're watching like porn together.
Yeah, no, that's weird, isn't it? Like two blokes sitting there having a tug together.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And then convinced, or probably forced, him to have apparent mutual oral sex. Donald Jr. was the son of Donald Voorhees Senior, who was a local politician and a fellow JC's member.
Oh.
Several months later, Donald told his dad what happened. Donald Sr. immediately went to the police, and John was arrested for the sexual assault of Donald Jr. and the attempted... What?
Of a minor.
Yeah. I thought you said Hermione.
Fucking... Well, I can guarantee I've never watched one of them, so no. That would not be in my repertoire. No, I have not. I can proudly say I have not.
And the attempted assault of another 16-year-old boy, Edward Lynch.
Where did he come from?
Where did he go? John denied all charges and just said the whole thing was politically motivated by Donald Sr., as he was John's opposed nomination for the president of the Iowa JCs.
Right. So we thought it was... Right. Yep. Gotcha.
Some of the JCs found this story credible.
Bet they did.
But in May 1968, John was indicted on sodomy charges.
Oh, Jesus.
Before going to court on the charge, John paid his 18-year-old employee $300 to physically assault Donald Jr. to scare him from testifying. The next day, the 18-year-old...
Hang on. He paid KFC staff to beat the fuck out of this other dude so he wouldn't...
Yeah.
Right.
The next day, the 18-year-old was arrested and at first denied any involvement, but then told them John Wayne Gacy had paid him to do it.
Right.
On the 3rd of December 1968, John was convicted of sodomy and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment to be served at the Anamosa State Penitentiary. On the same day, Marilyn applied for divorce to get their house, sole custody of their 2 kids, and alimony, which was granted.
Yeah, bet it was.
While in prison, John joined the inmate JCs.
Gee, are you serious?
And it increased their members from 50 to 650.
In jail?
In jail.
650 of them of this membership thing.
Yeah.
I think
He's a
someone needs to
salesman.
review this JC group.
While serving his sentence, John's dad died from cirrhosis on Christmas Day in 1969.
That's a sucky day to die.
Yeah.
For everyone else,
Well,
I mean, not for you. You don't care.
everyone, yeah. Any
But-
day's a sucky day to die.
No, I know, but that's
Yeah, because it's a
one-
day that, the whole
that
thing.
everyone's around and blah, blah, blah. And
His request for supervised compassionate leave to attend the funeral was denied
I wonder why.
because he's a dickhead. On the 18th of June 1970, after serving 18 months of his 10-year sentence,
Is that all?
John was granted parole.
Why? For being a good JC member?
Probably he licked everyone's ass in jail and got out.
18 months out of 10 years.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He also had a 12-month probation, which included that he had to move back to Chicago to live with his mum, and he also now had a night curfew.
What did Mum do to deserve that? Why should Mum have to put up with that shit?
I don't know. Maybe she volunteered.
Oh,
Maybe she likes her kid.
God. You got no chance.
8 months after being released, John was charged with sexually assaulting another teenage boy,
God.
but the charges were dismissed when the boy didn't appear at court.
Why'd you kill him?
I'm not sure. I don't think he killed him, but he possibly did something. With the help of his mum, John bought a house at 8213 West Summerdale Avenue in Norwood Park Township, Illinois.
Sunnerdale.
Summerdale.
Oh, Summer.
He was apparently a great neighbour.
Of course he was. Just don't have kids near him, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Everyone in the northwest suburbs of Chicago knew John Wayne Gacy. He was a Democratic precinct captain in the Cook County Democratic Organization.
I didn't think a lot of places you couldn't get in that sort of shit if you had a criminal record.
Apparently John can.
So, okay. Well done, John.
I don't know if I put it in
I
here.
don't look very comfortable at all in
No,
this.
you don't. Are you okay?
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
Anyway.
I've got to get something better here. I don't like this. It's too high and it's too big.
Precinct captains were usually the person you went to if you needed like a new rubbish bin or your driveway shoveled or like that kind of
okay.
council. He would host annual themed parties for the neighborhood. This is when John started dating a woman named Carol Hoff, who he used to date in high school.
Oh, okay.
Carol had 2 young daughters.
Oh, Jesus.
It's okay. He liked boys.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not okay. They like boys, but
Well,
these
no,
two were
but these
safe.
these were safe, were they? Yeah.
And they all moved into John's house. And then on the 1st of July 1972, John and Carol got married.
And did she know about his past, I wonder?
I don't know.
Would you marry someone if you knew?
No.
Okay.
In 1975, John confessed to Carol that he was bisexual. And on Mother's Day that year, they had sex. And he informed her that that would be the last time.
Why?
Fucked if I know. He was done with adult women, I guess.
Right.
By October of that year, Carol asked for a divorce and he agreed, but they all continued to live in the same house for a while.
Well, yeah, it's not that easy to just relocate
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of us don't have that.
Bank of mum.
I wasn't actually going to say that, but yes, Megan.
Lived experience. This is probably...
Oh, fucking hell.
This is probably the most well-known part of John Wayne Gacy's story.
What?
John would regularly perform at fundraisers, parades, and at children's hospitals as Pogo the Clown.
Oh, right.
Yes.
A lot of like CSIs and that have done the clown that have
Yeah.
ducked kids and shit.
That's John.
And that's based on him, is it?
I'm assuming, yeah.
Okay.
The main thing most people bring up with Pogo and the way John did his clown makeup. Usually in clown makeup, the rule is that the edges of the makeup, such as around the eyes and around the mouth, should be rounded, but Gacy did his all pointy. Apparently, sharp edges invoke negative feelings in the brain.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Gonna have to start redoing my makeup, aren't I?
Yeah, the pointy eyeshadow is a bit much.
Especially in the blue, it really stands out.
So back in 1971, John established his construction business, PDM Contractors. PDM stands for painting, decorating, and maintenance.
Not pedos, molesters, and dickheads.
No, pedos, dickhead, molesters.
Same difference.
Yeah. It ended up doing pretty well, but John would usually hire teenage boys and young men. In May 1975, one of John's employees, 15-year-old Anthony Antonucci, had injured his foot. John went to visit him, and they ended up drinking 2 bottles of wine and watching some porn, as you do with your boss.
Oh my God. No thanks, pass.
Yeah.
Just picturing our boss. No thanks, pass.
No. They ended up somehow wrestling on the floor, and John handcuffed...
Wrestling!
John...
Is that what these crazy kids call it these days? A little bit of wrestling.
And John handcuffed Anthony's hands behind his back.
Oh, now you're in trouble.
One of the cuffs was loose, and Anthony managed to slip out of them.
And punch the fuck out of him?
What John didn't realise was that Anthony was on his high school wrestling team.
Yes! Go, Anthony!
He was able to wrestle him, get the handcuff key, and then handcuff John's hands behind his back. Eventually, he unhandcuffed John, and they just went on like nothing happened, and Anthony worked for him for another 9 months. Anthony
wasn't the smartest tool in the shed, was he?
I think Anthony, he probably...
Or Anthony thought he's pretty safe because this prick knows if you come at me again, I'm going to fucking rip you apart.
On the 26th of July, 1975, John picked up 18-year-old David Cram, who had been hitchhiking. John offered him a job, and David even ended up staying at John's house for a while, living there.
That was handy.
While staying with John, they celebrated David's 19th birthday with some drinks.
Oh, and a bit of pedo action.
And John dressing up as Pogo.
Oh, my God.
John...
Happy birthday, 19-year-old. He's a creepy clown.
He's a creepy clown. John wanted to show David his handcuff trick and handcuffed his hands in front of him. John intended to rape David, but David kicked him in the face.
Oh, go David.
About a month later, John went into David's room and intended to rape him again. John told him, quote, "Dave, you really don't know who I am. Maybe it would be good if you give me what I want." David resisted and then moved out. So
Why didn't David move out the first time he tried to...
It's hard.
I'd rather sleep on the street than sleep in some house that you know the cunt's already got handcuffs and you knew exactly what he wanted to do.
So his handcuff trick. He would typically cuff... He'd be like, "Hey, do you want to see my handcuff trick?"
Like, hey, no fuckwit, I don't.
He would typically cuff his own hands behind his back and then magically release himself.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a key, a secret little key. Then he would
butt crack.
Probably one of the folds in back there.
Lay up on lay up on lay up.
He would then handcuff his victims, who obviously didn't have a hidden key.
Oh, damn.
Once the handcuffs are on, John would rape and torture his victims. He would usually sit on their chest and then force the victim to fillet him.
He was a fat fuck too, wasn't he?
According to Google AI, John Wayne Gacy I'm angry. John Wayne Gacy weighed about 230 pounds or 104 kilos.
Jesus Christ, that wouldn't be light on your chest.
On a teenage boy.
Oh my God. Picking up your kid's fucking hard enough.
And he's only 14 kilos.
Oh my God.
So some of his torture included burning his victims with cigars or making his victim pretend they were a horse as he sat on their back. Could you imagine this fat fuck? Like, giddy up.
What? How does he get off on shit like that?
He's fucking weird. He also sometimes used foreign objects to sodomize them. He would also used to tell his victims, this is the last trick, which he referred to as the rope trick, which he would put a rope around their neck and strangle them to death.
Oh my God. How many people did he kill?
A lot.
Oh, okay.
Let's get into them.
Sure. Why what?
Why what?
Why what?
What?
Or why not? Whichever way you want to say it.
John Wayne Gacy's first known murder happened on the 3rd of January 1972. He was driving around after attending a family party when he spotted 16-year-old Timothy McCoy at the Greyhound bus terminal. Tim was born on the 14th of May 1955 in Council Bluffs, Iowa. He was the third of 4 children to his parents, Jack and Norma McCoy. McCoy. Tim was a fan of rock music and was described as, quote, "One of them guys that when you were around him, he was happy. He'd make you laugh." Tim, although 16, had spent a lot of time traveling around by himself. He would just hitchhike and go wherever.
Yeah, well.
Apparently, he even made his way to Woodstock in 1969. For the Christmas just past, Tim went to visit his family in Michigan where they had snowball fights and rode on snowmobiles.
Oh, sounds like fun.
Tim was now heading home, waiting for the bus, and he promised to call his aunt when he arrived home.
Oh, dear.
John managed to convince Tim to come with him, and they went sightseeing around Chicago. And then Tim was going to stay at John's house and then go back and catch the bus to his dad's the next day.
See, that's odd.
Yeah.
Here, get in my car. We'll go sightseeing and then I'll take you back to the bus stop tomorrow.
It's odd, but like, YOLO. The next morning, John woke up to Tim standing at his bedroom door with a knife.
Oh, go Tim. My money's back on Tim now.
John jumped out of bed, disarmed Tim, and banged his head up against the wall. He then grabbed the knife and repeatedly stabbed Tim in the chest.
So Tim's intention was as bad as his intention. Maybe that's why he did take the...
While he listened to Tim gurgling and dying, John had an orgasm.
Ah!
John then...
Yuck!
He's fucking gross.
Oh, my God.
John then washed himself and the knife in his bathroom and then went to his kitchen where he found that Tim had his dining table set and had made breakfast for them.
So why do you have a knife at the door then?
Because he was just like making breakfast and then went to wake John Wayne Gacy up to be like, hey,
With a knife in your hand? Well,
I don't
come on,
fucking
mate.
know.
That was a bit silly.
Well,
But a bit extreme, old John jumping up. Not everyone's as psycho as yourself, mate.
then he buried...
He ate the breakfast.
Probably, fat fuck. He then buried Tim in his crawl space.
Oh.
In 1974, John murdered another young man. His identity is still unknown.
Oh.
All we know is that he was a white male, aged between 14 and 18, and was buried in Gacy's backyard.
How is there nothing?
There are like 5 victims that are still unidentified.
Seriously?
Yeah.
But you wonder, where are these people's families? Like, someone knows someone.
You'd think so.
Everybody knows at least one person, surely. Like, where's their mum, their dad? Like,
Yeah.
it just
It's
amazes me that no one's like, well, this person went missing 20 years ago and no one's ever heard from him. Surely there's...
Yeah. On the 31st of July, 1975, one of John's employees disappeared.
Oh.
18-year-old John...
The mashed potatoes at KFC? Or was he still KFCing at that point?
He was running the construction company.
Ah, so he's under cement somewhere.
18-year-old John Butkovic had an argument with John over outstanding pay he was owed.
Oh.
John was born... Victim John, not Gacy John. There are a couple Johns in here as well.
Oh, makes it hard for you, doesn't
I
it?
think halfway through I switched to calling John Gacy, so it's just a little bit easier.
Okay, yeah.
So John was born on the 16th of September 1956 in Slavonski Brod, Croatia, to Marko and Teresa. When John was 16, he was working in a hardware store when John Wayne Gacy offered him a job at PDM. John had even visited the Gacy house multiple times and had had dinner with Gacy and his wife, who described him as a very nice boy.
Wait, hang on. His wife was around. Where was the wife when he killed what?
It's one of those stories where they have a wife and you're like, how did you not know this?
Yeah, where was she when the breakfast was made and he was stabbing
There's a couple
someone?
times where she had like gone for the weekend or gone for the night and he did this shit.
See, I thought this was before he
But
was
they also
married,
divorced and she eventually moved out.
Oh my God. Yeah, probably sick of cleaning up the blood.
Everybody was like, why does this house smell like shit?
Yeah.
So yeah, John had been to their house. The wife said he was a really nice boy. John had even helped Gacy's mum move house. Like, this is how nice this kid was and how much he helped Gacy, and Gacy fucking disappeared him. When police came searching for John, Gacy told them that he and 2 friends had come to his house to speak about the money, and then he came to an agreement and they just left.
Oh, of course they did.
Hasn't seen him.
Yeah.
In reality, John had gone to Gacy's house, but Gacy had given him a drink and did his handcuff trick.
Oh.
For a time, Gacy sat on John's chest before strangling him to death. John's body was buried in the floor of the tool-room extension of his garage. On the 6th of April 1976, 18-year-old Darrell Sampson disappeared. Darrell was born on the 6th of December 1957 in Quinnimont, West Virginia. Quinnimont. There's a fun... Quinnimont. That sounds cute. At the time of his disappearance, Darrell was working at a carpenting company in Libertyville, Illinois. His mum knew something was wrong immediately and contacted police. She spent hours at night trying to find Darryl herself after the police just listed him as a runaway. Most of these boys, when they were reported to police, it was like, they probably just run away. It's fine. They'll come back. It's like, maybe just like look into it a little harder.
Yeah.
His body was buried under John's dining room and was found with cloth lodged in his throat. On the 14th of May, 1976, 15-year-old Randall Reffett disappeared. Randall was born on the 20th of September 1960 in Lexington, Kentucky, to his father Charlie and his mother Myrtle.
Oh, cute name.
In August 1969, they went to visit Charlie's mum, so his grandma, Randy's grandma. Wrote that down, didn't really need it. Her name was Odessa.
Oh,
that's a nice name for a like Kentucky lady, Odessa.
Odessa.
Anyway, she answered the door with a black eye.
Oh.
His dad flew into a rage at his mum's husband, Raymond. He told Raymond, quote, "You ever black my mother's eye again, I'll kill you, you son of a bitch." So in response, Raymond went and got his .38 caliber pistol, came back and fired 2 shots at Randy's dad.
Whoa.
Randy's mum, Myrtle, stepped in between them where she was shot. She fell to the ground and Raymond shot at Randy's dad 2 more times. Randy and his 3 siblings witnessed this entire thing.
Bloody hell.
Their parents were taken to hospital in serious condition. Both survived. So Randy was either last seen walking home from school or returning home after a dentist appointment. They kind of mixed between each source, so he was heading home from somewhere.
Right.
There's not a lot else on Randy, but he was found buried in the crawl space and his cause of death was asphyxiation. Hours after Randall disappeared, an acquaintance of his, 14-year-old Samuel Stapleton, vanished as he was walking home after visiting his sister. Sam and Randall knew each other because on the day that Sam moved into Uptown, they had a punch on and then became friends.
Oh, as you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sam and Randy were also known as 2 of Uptown's toughest kids. I think a lot of them had really rough lives.
Sounds like it. That's why when they go missing,
yeah, the police are just like,
oh yeah, they're
whatever,
off
they're off
causing trouble.
Yeah. Also, there's a really good book that I have in the sources for this. It's The Boys Enter the House. It'll be in the show notes, but it really focuses on like 5 of the boys and their like life and how a lot of them were kind of connected. Like they're in this uptown area or they went to school together.
They were part of the JC club?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So Sam never knew the identity of his father. His childhood was one of running around in the woods and the fields of their small house in Ohio. It had dirt floors, no electricity or indoor plumbing, and had pigs and chickens wandering around the yard. And then they moved to Chicago, where they punched on with each other. It is possible that Randy was still alive in Gacy's house when Gacy then went out and abducted Sam.
Wow.
Imagine, and you know each other.
Yeah.
Like how fucking, oh. On the 3rd of June, 17-year-old Michael Bonin disappeared while traveling from Waukegan to Chicago. Michael was born on the 7th of February 1959 in Berwyn, Cook County, Illinois. He had been strangled with a ligature and buried under Gacy's spare room, and his fishing...
His fucking floorboards must have been bulging.
No, he's got like a crawl space under his house.
I know, but it would have been getting pretty fucking chockers at this point.
No, there was like a crawl space. You see the photos. There's like maybe, I don't know how big this is. About that much?
And
then dirt. So
yeah.
he was digging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. He was buried under Gacy's spare room and his fishing license was later found in Gacy's house.
Oh.
Gacy had a lot of evidence in his house.
Well, obviously he thought he was smarter than everyone else.
10 days after Michael Bonin disappeared, 16-year-old William Carroll went missing.
God, he did not muck around, this man.
Nope. And he was only active for like 4 years. Don't Google anything.
No, I just wanted to... don't tell me what to not Google.
This is no phone zone.
No phone zone. Just fucking keep reading, you idiot.
William was born on the 31st of August 1959 in Chicago, Illinois. He was described as jovial, kind, funny, a blonde-haired kid with a handsome face dotted by some freckles. One of his friends later said of William's favourite thing, not gonna lie, sounds fucking good. William's favourite thing to eat was Chicago's bacon-wrapped, deep-fried hot dog with cheese in the middle.
Oh, that would make you shit.
You could probably have one, but that sounds delicious. I want one.
You would. I wouldn't.
I love a good hot dog.
I wouldn't even get one bite out. And
Do you
I'd be
remember how
sitting on the
excited I got
dunny.
when the fucking hot dog petrol stations open up here?
What?
The hot dog petrol station.
Yes, I know. You're an idiot.
Oh, most hot dogs. Sponsor us, please.
Just no one with cheese. Thanks.
No, they've cheese sauce. And they got like that little
fucking
diced
shut
bacon.
Up. Just
Anyway.
get on with it.
Salivating. I'm going to leave Logan here with you. I'm going to go get a hot dog.
Yep.
His home life was described as a disaster area, and it seemed that William spent most of his life out of the house as much as possible. For a kid that came from a poor family, he always managed to have money and would shout
He's
his...
a little tea leaf.
Possibly. And always shouted his friends food and clothes.
Yeah, he was a thief.
His family lived on the border of poverty and survival.
Wow.
Gacy then murdered another young man between June and August of this year.
Of what year? This year, as in 2026?
No. Wow. That's not okay. 76. He was a white male aged between 23 and 30 who was missing his 2 top teeth, front teeth, and had removable dentures. Literally the only description of this kid.
Oh.
On the 5th of August, 16-year-old James Hackinson.
So is that one of the unknown?
Yeah. On the 5th of August, 16-year-old James Hackinson made a phone call to his family and there was never heard from again. James's childhood was described as troubled. His mum worked 3 jobs, while his dad was an alcoholic that would just leave the house for a couple of days at a time. The family was living in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, been there.
When James decided to... we'll just throw that. That's literally every state we've mentioned so far.
What?
Chicago, Las Vegas.
Minnesota.
Have you been to Michigan?
No. No.
Yeah, fuck you then.
No.
Bitch. The family was living in St. Paul, Minnesota when James decided he was going to run away from home. From what it seems, James may have left home as he possibly might have been gay, and this was not accepted in his house.
Okay.
On the missing person report, police noted, quote, "Mother thinks he may be in the company of gays in Chicago."
Where's he gone? He's gone to join the gays in Chicago. Go and check with them.
He ended up in Chicago and rang his mother to let her know where he was.
Was he with the gays?
And after the phone call, no one heard from him.
Oh.
James's identity was unknown until 2017.
Wow.
His body was discovered in 1978.
And it took him that long to identify him.
For all those years, James was just known as victim number 24. He's called...
Isn't it amazing though, the improvements in science and
it's really
everything
cool
that they can now go back and identify for if his mum's even still alive to have been told that
or even sisters,
found him.
grandsons, not grandsons. Anything. He couldn't, his cause of death was suffocation and he was buried in the crawl space of Gacy's home.
Did they just rip his whole fucking house off so they could just get to underneath and go, let's start? Would have been quicker.
Probably.
Than trying to dig underneath. Or just been, look, just take the whole top of it out.
There were 2 more victims that are still not identified. Victim number 13, white male between 5'11 and 6'2. And victim number 21, white male, between 5'8 and 6 foot. On the 6th of August, 17-year-old Rick Johnson went missing. Rick was born on the 24th of September 1958 to Kenneth and Esther Johnson. Rick was last seen attending a rock concert at Chicago's Argon Ballroom. Been there? No?
No, didn't go to the Argon Ballroom. Jesus Christ. I didn't go over there in 1960, you weirdo. Anyway, go on.
After the concert, he was meant to call his mum for a ride home, but he was never heard from again.
Jesus.
She decided...
That would be so hard as a parent. Just
in the 70s, you can't just text them or
no, that's right.
Find my phone.
Yeah.
She decided to drive around the streets near the concert, but she couldn't find her son. For a while, the family believed that Rick had been taken off by the Unification Church as Rick had just started to show a strong interest in religion.
Oh, okay.
This was not the case, and he was found buried in Gacy's crawl space above James Hackinson.
Oh, see? Now he's starting to layer up.
And that's how they also roughly knew the order by like how far in the crawl space, obviously how decomposed they were. Oh, he's above him, so obviously he was killed first and buried here. And then,
yuck.
yeah.
Imagine being the poor bastards that had to do all that.
One of the cops that I was watching the Netflix thing, he had claustrophobia. And he's
he
like,
was in the crawl space.
yeah, he went in
bodies.
and he's like, this is fucking me up, but I need to do this and get all these boys out of here. Like there was, he
I would've
killed.
ripped the fucking floorboards up. I would have been looking down, not going up.
Yeah, I don't know eventually how they got in there, but anyway. On the 24th of October, 16-year-old Kenneth Parker and 14-year-old Michael Marino went missing. They were last seen together hanging out on Chicago's north side. Michael had... North side. South side. Shameless? In this
Shameless?
Shameless.
Oh.
I don't know what. The only thing I remember from... not remember, but like my favourite part of Shameless is when the power goes out when it's really hot.
Mm.
And then they're like, you know, blah, 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 and they get all getting drunk. And then they're like, we're going to go march, blah, blah, blah. And then Frank's like, in this heat? It's the best.
Cut that out.
Nope.
Yeah, no, it was stupid.
So they were hanging out. Michael had plans to go to the movies with his mum that night. And the last thing he said he would be home at 6 o'clock. They'd both been strangled and buried together and weren't identified until 2014.
Did he sexually abuse them all or just
Yeah,
killed?
remember that part where I said
like
he
killing?
handcuffed and then raped and tortured, and he did this to everyone.
Oh, okay.
But I just gave you
Yeah.
this is what he did up here.
And
I don't need to mention it every single
okay,
time.
that's why I wasn't sure if he was just a murderer, as
No,
in he
he'd
got
like,
his cheap thrills of killing
come
people.
over, let's have a drink, let's watch porn in my basement. Hey, you want to see a handcuff trick? And then he would do everything, and then
Okay.
yeah. On the 26th of October, 19-year-old William Bundy had told his family that he was going to a that he was going to a party, and he was never seen again.
See, kids, when you lie to your fucking parents about where the fuck you are,
He probably was going to a party.
no, that's not the point of
Was
my
the last name
argument.
Bundy?
My point of my argument is stupid people that don't tell their parents where they are and they do something stupid and no one knows where to find them, i.e. Megan.
Me, like when I go to a guy's house and I'll give you the address.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot.
William was from Uptown and had been working in construction.
Boy. Oh.
He was described as an accomplished diver and gymnast at Nicholas Senn High School in Chicago. A friend said that William was a street kid, like most of them, and was just trying to make the best of a life of struggle. William had died from suffocation and had been buried underneath the master bedroom. Sadly, his parents had passed away by the time he was identified.
See, this is what I mean when your parents pass.
Francis Wayne Alexander. Francis was born on the 11th of March 1955 in Manchester, North Carolina, and had moved to Chicago in February 1975. Francis's sister received a postcard from him just before Christmas, which he promised to come and visit them soon. It is estimated that Francis was murdered by Gacy sometime between late January 1976 and March 1977, based on his last known activity and where his body was positioned in the crawl space.
How did he get onto these blokes? Like, I know they're all like homeless kids and whatever. But how did he like talk to them and
A few of them
address
worked
them?
for him,
Okay, yeah.
or potentially like
True, that's right, yeah.
were like, hey, you're looking for a job, come over, have a job interview.
Okay.
Don't
that's
tell
what
anyone,
I mean.
though.
He just seemed to be very easy at it.
Well, he was like the fun dude. He had like a bar and a pool table in his basement, and he's like, yeah, come for a casual job interview.
Yeah, and I'll kill
Yeah.
you in a minute. Yeah.
So his cause of death was unable to be determined, and he was a John Doe until October 2021.
Wow.
On the 12th of December, 17-year-old Gregory Godzik had a date with his girlfriend, dropped her home.
Why'd you get all excited then? Had a
It's like
date
he
had a date with his
He had a
girlfriend.
date with his girlfriend,
Girlfriend?
dropped her home, and then disappeared.
Oh, and she probably thought, what did I do wrong?
Oh,
Well, she would have. He ghosted her.
yeah.
As far as she knew.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fuck, I thought it was a really good date. His girlfriend.
Gregory was born on the 23rd of March 1959 in Chicago and had worked for PDM for about 3 weeks, and some of the work he did included digging trenches in Gacy's crawl space. He got
in the new space, in the new
Yeah.
part where he hadn't filled before.
Greg was described as easygoing, animated, and sweet. One Thanksgiving, Greg got his girlfriend Judy to pierce his ear.
Oh.
They did the old ice cube and sewing needle trick.
Oh.
And the next day, Greg rocked up to school with a cool silver star earring. Their relationship was heading to the next level.
Ooh.
They had said, I love you.
Ooh.
And they had exchanged school IDs.
What? So he was now the girl and she was now the boy? What is that?
Judy apparently still keeps Greg's ID in her purse.
Oh, seriously?
How sad is that?
Did she ever marry? Do we find out about Judy?
Not sure.
Okay.
Just before he disappeared,
I'd
Greg...
like to do a follow-on podcast about the families and where they went to.
This is a long episode. Stop. Just before he disappeared, Greg and Judy made love for the first time.
Oh, no.
In his basement bedroom next to his big tank that had piranhas in it.
Piranhas? Okay.
When he went missing, his family contacted Gacy as he was his employer. Gacy told them that Greg had spoken to him about wanting to return home, and he actually had a recent voicemail from Greg, but he accidentally deleted it.
Oh, did he?
Greg was one of the bodies found buried in the crawl space, possibly...
And he had to dig his own crawl space, didn't he?
Possibly being buried in the hole that he dug himself.
Oh, poor. That's sad.
On the 20th of January 1977, 19-year-old John Sizik went to Gacy's house under the pretext of buying a car from him. On weekends, John did his paper route and always made sure the houses had their newspapers by 6 a.m. And on the weekends, John and his brother were altar boys at church.
Oh.
John had a deep love for animals, and at one point, he got a pet bullfrog, and no one was quite sure where he got it from. He would bring home stray cats and dogs and take care of them. He had even once found an albino hamster.
Oh, that could have been with some money.
His remains were also found in the crawl space of Gacy's home. Gacy had sold John's car to a young man who was living with him at the time, 18-year-old Michael Rossi, who also worked for PDM. In February 1977, Michael was arrested for stealing gasoline while driving the car, and when the police ran the license plate, it came up as belonging to the missing 19-year-old.
Oh, is this the start of his downfall?
No, we're about halfway through.
Fuck, I got all excited then.
When questioned by police, Gacy told them that John had needed money to leave town, so he bought the car off him.
Ah, what a good bloke.
On the 15th of March, 20-year-old John Prestige was last seen leaving a restaurant and had recently been speaking about getting work with a local contractor. John grew up in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and eventually went to Kalamazoo Valley Community College, where he took...
Kalamazooing,
where he took healthcare courses. On the day he went missing, John got a haircut, got a coffee, and then expressed that he was really needing money. At some point in the spring or summer of 1977, John murdered another unidentified victim. He was a white male aged between 17 and 21 and had his left clavicle broken. On the 5th of July, 19-year-old Matthew Bowman was last seen by his mum at a train station where he was heading to Harwood Heights for a court appointment for a parking ticket. A lot of sources just said he was going to court, and it's for a parking ticket. You're making it sound worse than what he was.
Hang on, who was doing this?
This 19-year-old Matthew.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying...
Gacy, no, fuck that guy. Sadly, Matthew's stepdad was also the victim of a homicide.
Oh.
2 years earlier, in 1975, he was shot during a carjacking while he was waiting to pick up Matthew's mum. He was one of the bodies found in the crawl space and had died by strangulation with a rope. The rope used to strangle him was still wrapped around his neck when he was found.
Jesus. So mum lost husband and son?
Yeah.
Wow.
On the 15th of September, 18-year-old Robert Gilroy Jr. set off for a horseback riding lesson and was never seen again. So Robert was born on the 28th of October 1958 in Chicago. Robert was the son of a Chicago police sergeant.
Oh, okay.
And due to all of this,
Finally got someone's attention.
Robert had the biggest missing person file out of all the young men.
I bet he did.
Because all the other ones were just runaways.
Yeah, that's right. This kid was...
the police sergeant's son.
Yeah.
On the 25th of September, U.S. Marine 19-year-old John Mowry disappeared after leaving his mum's house. He'd apparently gone to visit Gacy about getting a job. Sadly, 5 years earlier, John's sister Judith had been murdered, and John was the one that found her body.
John Gacy?
John Mowry. New victim. I told you there's a lot of Johns in here.
Oh, God, I get confused easily, Megan. Don't do this to me.
On the 7th of November 1972, 21-year-old Judith Ann Mowry was fatally stabbed with a knife 9 times in the chest and back, and her case still remains unsolved. The last time that John's mum saw him, she'd invited him to come over. This poor guy. The last time John's mum saw him, she'd invited him to come over for dinner to try and cheer him up after his dog had been hit and killed by a car that weekend.
Oh.
So he's found his sister murdered. His dog's died. He's like, things are looking up. I'm going to get a job.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nah. God. You should have had a gut feeling that that wasn't going to work out well.
On the 17th of October, Russell Nelson was last seen outside a Chicago bar. Russell had been traveling around in a van with a friend, and they ended up in Chicago to sightsee. His friend said that he knew a contractor in Chicago that could give them some work.
How did everyone know this fuckwit?
He was,
He couldn't have got much work done. He was killing all his workers.
Exactly.
Like, God almighty. It'd be like, quick turnover of staff.
Yeah, what's wrong with this guy?
There'd be nobody.
They kept going
STPs
missing.
lodged every week. He wouldn't have time.
Russell and his friend were outside the Crystal Blinkers bar on Broadway Avenue when his friend turned around and Russell was gone. Just fucking straight up disappeared. He was found buried under Gacy's guest bedroom.
What? They're walking down the street and go, hey, mate, do you feel like a coffee? Do you want
There was something like a group came through and they would do it like they were loud or something, and the friend was like, oh, look at these dickheads, and he turned around, Russell was gone. Obviously, Gacy.
Must have been fucking fast, though, if they were together and this other dude never saw him go.
Yeah, they're at a bar too. Could have been blind.
Oh, my
Could have been like 10 minutes.
Okay, that's weird.
On the 10th of November, 16-year-old Robert Winch had run away from home in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where he'd been living in a foster...
Sounds like a song from...
Kalamazoo,
Put them
so
together and what have you got?
Robert had been living in a foster home. Robert headed out to meet with a friend at a local McDonald's and was last seen speaking to a man. Robert's distinctive tiger's eye belt buckle was later found in Gacy's house.
Oh, okay.
A user on Reddit,
Start again.
Upper Improvement 492, posted this about Robert. Quote, I knew Bob and his family, still do. He played rocket football, clarinet and guitar. He was loved by many and is still missed. Bob was a wild child and made an impact on everyone that knew him. He had his whole life in front of him, but was trying to grow up too soon. I was in high school when we all heard he had been identified as one of JWG's victims. John Wayne Gacy. It is still traumatizing to think that Bob's life was...
you wrote that, didn't you?
Yeah. No, this guy wrote it.
This is his Reddit thing. Okay.
It is still traumatizing to think that Bob's life was taken away in such an unbelievably horrific way. R.I.P. On the 18th of November, 20-year-old Tommy Bowling disappeared after being at a Chicago bar. Tommy was born on the 5th of July, 1957 in Maryville, Tennessee. Tommy was married and had a 3-year-old son.
Oh.
He also had a warrant for his arrest for burglary, and before he disappeared, he had been receiving threatening calls. On the 9th of December, 19-year-old U.S. Marine David Telsma disappeared after telling his mum he was going to a rock concert. On the 30th of December, 19-year-old Robert Donnelly was picked up from a bus stop by Gacy. Over several hours, Gacy raped, tortured, and repeatedly drowned. I know it's the word drowned, but I accidentally wrote, he repeatedly frowned Robert. Do a sad face. Do a sad face.
Christ.
Repeatedly drowned Robert, all while saying things like, aren't we playing fun games tonight? Eventually, Robert asked Gacy to just kill him. And Gacy said, I'm getting round to it.
Oh, my God.
But after the whole ordeal, Gacy dropped Robert at his workplace and told him there was no point going to the police. They wouldn't believe him.
Are you serious? After all that, he'd let him live.
Yeah.
And
Robert did end up going to the police, and when they questioned Gacy, he told them that it was a consensual slave sex relationship, but Robert had cracked it when Gacy didn't pay him money. The police believed it.
for fuck's sake.
You're an upstanding member of the community.
Upstanding?
You own a
Jesus
KFC.
Christ.
You smell delicious. Let me lick your fingers.
He's a contractor, you spastic now. Fucking...
He probably still smelled like KFC.
Stop saying that word.
I'm getting hungry. On the 16th of February 1978, 19-year-old William Kindred disappeared after telling his fiancée he was going to a bar.
Hang on, back one.
Back
How, like, the police didn't believe him, whatever. But he's already got a criminal history. He went to jail for 18 months for a 10-year fucking thing. So how come that never came up?
I have a feeling that for some reason that got sealed.
Oh.
So he had, like, nothing really.
Yeah, because you look at that and go, well, hang on, you went to jail for 18 months.
They didn't give a fuck.
Surely they had a little bit of a, no, well,
The police
he's
were
been
like,
there, done that.
you're
Maybe
a
he's done it
19-year-old.
again.
Yeah, the police didn't give a fuck. William was mainly known as Billy, but also had the nickname Shotgun. There are two stories on how he got this nickname. One was because...
One was because...
I crack myself up sometimes. One, because he was always riding shotgun in the passenger side of his best friend's ride. Trying to holler at. The second one was one night he had taken his stepdad's shotgun and went out and just shot all the streetlights.
I reckon it's the wanker car thing.
Billy's younger brother had drowned.
Bobby? Oh. Can't hang shit on someone.
After accidentally riding a pony into a pond. It sounds funny, but it's really sad. Like the pony...
A pony as in a horse.
Apparently he might have been having a seizure while on the pony and the pony rode into the pond. So Billy always felt protective over his family, especially his sister, Sybil, and his mum. He even got a tattoo of his mum's initials on his arm. No, I won't be doing that. I already have it on my
Fucking
car.
rude.
I don't need it on my body.
How rude.
Billy went to live with some friends in
I
Chicago.
don't feel like that conversation was finished, but all right, let's move on.
I'll get him on my butt. Pony, your middle name was O.
You asshole.
That's where it'll be.
Anyway.
Billy went to live with some friends in Chicago and started working odd jobs like painting and repair work. William was Gacy's last victim to be buried in the crawl space of his home.
Oh.
He literally ran out of room.
Of course he would have. Surprised he got this far.
On the 21st of March...
Bought a new house. It's like, fuck it. Let's
He
start
bought
again.
a plot of land. On the 21st of March...
Just had all these mounds in it.
It's nothing. It's gardening.
It's just the local bloody
Veggie patch.
ferret.
On ferret?
I don't know. Who are the ones that dig in the ground and...
Like a badger?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Couldn't think of the word. So I went ferret.
Ferret. Oh my God. On the 21st of March, 26-year-old Jeffrey Rignall was heading to a local gay bar when Gacy offered him a ride and a joint.
And
Joint. Gacy then chloroformed Jeffrey and drove him back to his house.
Oh. Is that a new part of his trick? Chloroform?
I think so. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe he chloroformed all the other ones.
Might have.
When Jeffrey came to, he was tied up to a torture device described as a wooden board with chains pinning down all of his limbs.
Wow.
Gacy then standing in front of him, naked. That'd be a sight. Oh, that's enough. I'm done. Kill me.
Yeah.
Then proceeded to show Jeffrey a collection of dildos and explain what he was going to do with each one. Gacy then raped, drugged, whipped and tortured Jeffrey for hours.
Jesus.
Until he woke up the next day under the Alexander Hamilton statue in Chicago's Lincoln Park.
Wow.
Alexander Hamilton.
Oh, God.
That's a great movie.
Musical.
One detail he could remember was the car.
Didn't know his name. Didn't know anything about
He
him.
might have given him a fake name. He fucking chloroformed him.
Oh, that's true. He picked him up and offered him a...
He remembered the car. Then two of his friends staked out the Cumberland exit of the expressway and they spotted the car.
Ooh.
They followed the car to 8213 West Summerdale, John Wayne Gacy's house.
Dun, dun, dun.
Gacy was now arrested and awaiting trial.
Okay, so this was the start of his downfall. Oh, fuck you.
Also by this stage, he had no more room in the crawl space for bodies.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to resort to the attic because of leakage.
Oh, my God.
Now he was disposing of his victims by dumping them off the I-55 bridge into the Des Plaines River.
Oh.
On the 16th of June, 20-year-old Timothy O'Rourke, it's like the guy that we're talking about, the actor, O'Rourke? Remember the guy? Who's the actor that's O'Rourke? Ricky? He's really ugly now.
Oh,
Rourke. Rourke.
Anyway, keep going, please.
He left his apartment to buy cigarettes and never came home. Tim was born on the 20th of October 1957 in Elmhurst, Illinois. Tim was the first victim that Gacy dumped into the Des Plaines River and was identified from a tattoo on his arm after the detail appeared in the newspaper and a friend linked them together.
So the bodies were found that he jumped off the river?
Yeah, they
floated up.
Yeah. They were unable to determine if Tim was alive or dead when Gacy threw him into the water.
Oh, shit. You'd hope dead.
You'd hope so. On the 4th of November, 19-year-old Frank Landingen was last seen by his dad walking along Foster Avenue. Frank was born Francisco Jr., and his dad had started to nickname him Del after he was born in Delaware, which eventually evolved into the nickname Dale. He went by Dale.
What?
Look, I could have just said he went by Dale, but I thought I'd get us all there together.
Right.
So Cindy, one of Dale's classmates, said that, quote, he was the cutest boy in school.
Shucks.
Dale was half Filipino from his dad and white southern roots from his mum.
Okay, that would have been an interesting combo.
8 days later, his body was discovered in the Des Plaines River by 2 duck hunters. On the 24th of November 1978, 20-year-old James Mazzara disappeared after having Thanksgiving dinner with his family. James was born on the 28th of May 1958 to Albert and Della Mazzara. The day before he went missing, he told his sister that he was going to start working in construction. On the 11th of December 1978, 15-year-old Robert Peast was working at the Nissen Pharmacy, and at the same time, John was there talking to the owner about some remodeling work.
Not of his fucking house, I hope.
No, of the pharmacy.
Oh. I thought you meant of John's house. I was going
to
No.
No.
You don't want people visiting there.
Rob was a stock boy at the pharmacy, and he also played sports, was a gymnast, and liked doing outdoor stuff. Or whatever that is.
You can't relate at all, can you?
Can't. I'm the description of John Wayne Gacy when he was a child. Unathletic and heifer. He also liked photography and was working at the pharmacy to save up for a camera and a car. Robert overheard John saying how he often hired young men. To
give him a chance.
Yeah,
Chance to be murdered.
And the starting wage was $5 an hour.
Ooh.
Which now would be about $25 an hour. That's not bad for a fucking, what is he, 16?
Yeah.
15. That night around 9 p.m, Robert went to John's house to discuss working for him. Sadly, John ended up showing Robert the handcuff trick, and by 10 p.m, Robert had been strangled to death.
How do people know this? That by 10 p.m. he was dead. Did Gacy admit to... He arrived at 8:22.
I think eventually...
did me thing, and then...
I think eventually John made like a full confession, especially about Robert, because
I always wondered how they know, because unless someone else was there, how do they know what time someone died?
It's, possible. Unless it's like fresh, where they're like, they died 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
But Robert was his last victim.
Oh, okay.
So Gacy was questioned,
spoiler alert,
as he was one of the last people in the pharmacy on the day that Robert went missing. When he was asked to come down to the station to make a statement, he
ran.
He said that he couldn't at the moment because his uncle had just died.
Okay.
And he told the police, quote, you guys are very rude. Don't you have any respect for the dead? I would have throw punched him. I'd be like, fuck you, Gacy. Lift your chins. Let me in there.
Oh, my God.
Gacy arrived at the police station hours later at 3:20 a.m.
3:20 a.m.
Yeah.
Hi, is Officer so-and-so still working?
He was covered in mud and claimed that he had just been in a car accident.
Where was the mud from? Where was the car accident?
Who fucking knows? Probably getting rid of Robert's body, I'm guessing.
Out of the car? Like, come on.
The police suspected that Robert may still be kept in Gacy's house, and they obtained a search warrant.
Surprise.
I think the mud was from like him getting rid of Robert's body.
Well, you would have thought before he went to the cops, you would have got changed.
You'd think so.
To not
just
bring
go the next day,
to
be
your
like,
fucking self.
The family was grieving.
Yeah.
During the search of his home, the police found,
God.
buckle up,
bitches,
several police badges.
What, he killed several cops?
No. I think he was pretending to be a cop.
Oh.
A starting pistol, a syringe and hypodermic needle, handcuffs, books on homosexuality and pederasty, which refers to the sexual relationship between an adult man and an adolescent boy.
Yeah.
Pornographic and stag films, capsules of amyl nitrate, dildos.
You're right there. Dildos.
It's just funny because it's like the shortest dildos. A 2x4 with 2 holes drilled into each end. Bottles of Valium and atropine. Several driver's licenses.
Oh, lube.
That's probably what's dildos. It was probably like an umbrella of dildos. Underwear that was
What did you say? An umbrella of
like dildos, lube.
Oh.
Just a jar of spit. He's like, this is homemade lube. Anyway, underwear that was too small to be Gacy's. A class ring engraved with the initials JAS, which eventually was for John Allen Cizik, one of the victims. And a Nissan Pharmacy photo receipt in the trash can,
for the last kid.
alongside with a 36-inch section of nylon rope. But there was no kid. There was nothing really like that said he had like 30 bodies buried under his house. Gacy was now under full surveillance from the police to the point.
Oh, wait. So they searched the house and nothing at this point.
They found all this, but it was like...
But no proof.
Yeah,
They didn't
couldn't
think,
do anything.
Let's keep looking in more places in this house.
Also, like, a search warrant, it's like, you've got to be like, I want to search all of his kitchen drawers, blah, blah, blah. It's got to be really specific. They can't just like waltz around.
The house underneath, whatever we might trip over.
So Gacy was now under full surveillance from the police to the point where he started inviting them to join him for meals at restaurants. He's like, come on, boys, I know you're watching me. Just come up.
Is that a bit like sending a meal out to the...
Yeah,
to the
it was very much like that.
Yeah.
During one conversation over a meal with these police, he told them about his clowning and said the infamous line, clowns can get away with murder.
Why was that how was that
It's
an
a very
infamous line?
famous line from John Wayne Gacy. It's like Ted Bundy saying, I've been impolite. Anyway,
Yeah,
Gacy
real.
started looking a little disheveled. He was unshaven, he looked tired, and he was now drinking heavily.
Yeah, because he wasn't getting his fix.
Yeah, and he was like, fuck, the police are watching me.
I can't kill anybody.
Gacy was aware from his lawyer that the police were now about to get a second search warrant for his home, which probably covered a lot more, though he's like, I'm done. So at one point, he just invited the surveillance detectives inside. He's like, come on, guys, come in. While in the house, they noted a rancid smell and suspected there were corpses rotting somewhere.
Mm.
One of them...
Hang on, why did he invite him in the house?
Because he was starting to lose it. He was just like, he invited him in and was just talking to him.
Oh. And they were like...
Yeah, they were pretty much like, something's
died
weird.
in here.
And one of them
someone.
went to the toilet. And because I think the first time it was like cooler. Not cooler. I think it was a bit warmer. But then this time they went and like he had his heater on or something, which is like...
Yeah.
And they're like, I think something's in like the fucking wall. On the 20th of December, Gacy went to his lawyer's office and appeared anxious and immediately asked for an alcoholic drink. Gacy then spent hours confessing everything to his lawyer.
Oh.
He started off by saying that
I've been busy.
He had been the judge, jury, and executioner of many, many people. Once he was done confessing, he fell asleep. And in the morning, against his lawyer's advice, he left to attend to some business. Imagine your client, now you have to defend this fucker and be like, he's not guilty.
Would you do it in that squeaky little fucking pathetic mouse voice you just did then?
Wouldn't you? Hi, give me a drink.
No. My name's He's not guilty.
He's not guilty, I swear.
I swear he didn't tell me about 50 people he's just got buried under his house.
First, he went to a petrol station where he gave the attendant a small bag of cannabis, which the attendant then handed over to the police that was surveilling Gacy.
Oh, my God.
And he told them that Gacy told him, the end is coming for me. These guys are going to kill me. Gacy then went to see a fellow contractor and a friend and told him, I've been a bad boy.
Business.
I've been a bad boy. I killed 30 people, give or take a few. Due to his erratic behaviour, police were worried that Gacy was going to try kill himself.
Yeah, exactly.
And decided to arrest him and got him on possession and distribution of cannabis. Yeah.
Bit of a Al Capone job.
Sure. On the 21st...
Surely you know what that meant.
We don't have time for this.
Al Capone, they couldn't get him
got him
on
on
all
taxes.
Yeah.
Yes. On the 21st of December, that was just to get him then. They're like, he gave the gas guy, come on.
That's what they did to Al Capone. They got him on taxes and then got him for everything else.
On the 21st of December, the police's second search warrant for Gacy's home was granted, and they found all the bodies in Gacy's crawl space.
Oh.
I don't know if I put it in here, but like in his front cupboard, there was a door to go down.
Oh.
Yeah, a trap door to go down to his...
Oh, well, that made it easy for him.
Exactly.
Didn't have to dig through the backyard or anything.
And at that size...
That would have been weird.
On the 6th of February 1980, Gacy was brought to trial and charged with 33 murders.
33?
That we know of.
How would we not know of them unless they're the ones
if
that
they weren't in the crawl space?
Yeah.
The jury ended up deliberating for an hour and 15 minutes.
What took them so long?
And found Gacy guilty of 33 murders. Gacy then remained on death row for 14 years.
Oh.
While in his isolated cell, Gacy started to paint.
Oh, Jesus.
Quite a few people have his paintings.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Decent painter or weird fuck painter?
On the 9th of May, 1994, John Wayne Gacy had his last meal. Do you want to take a guess at what it was?
KFC?
His last meal consisted of a bucket of KFC, French fries, a dozen fried shrimp, fresh strawberries, and washed it down with a Diet Coke.
Oh, yeah, you want the
Diet
Coke
Coke after the fucking bucket of KFC.
Exactly.
He received...
So was he killed? Was he...
He received
you said it was his final fucking meal, so
it was
they
his
don't
last
normally...
meal.
Yeah.
He received his last rites and then was led to the execution chamber.
Mm.
There was a crowd of over 1,000 people supporting his execution.
Oh, I was going to say there. I was going to go, that was a big room.
Some even wore T-shirts that said, "No tears for the clown."
Oh.
The execution was delayed when the chemicals used solidified unexpectedly and clogged the IV tube. They replaced the tube, and John Wayne Gacy was executed by lethal injection at 12:58 a.m. on the 10th of May, 1994. And that is the story of John Wayne Gacy.
So when he was found guilty, he was sentenced. So how come he was on death row for 14 years? Why did it take so long to jab him? Just seems a long time.
He may have made
Why
appeals.
waste all taxpayers' money feeding the prick all that time?
And then he got KFC.
No, for the last 14 years.
Oh, yeah.
They fed him for 14 fucking years while he was in jail. They could have knocked him off on year one, and then they would have saved all that money and time. Could have had someone else in that room.
You know, you've got to exhaust all your appeals and blah, 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 and all that shit.
Oh, exhaust all your appeals. You killed 30-something people, you idiot.
33.
Well, that's right. You only had to
them
exhaust one of them and you were done. Game over.
Well, that is our first episode for the year. Our 50th episode. I thought I'd give you a nice big one.
That was a long one.
It is,
My head hurts.
John Wayne Gacy. I have a book of him. He's like one of the, like, if you had like the Mount Rushmore of serial killers, he'd be up there. There'd be Ted Bundy. There'd be Dahmer.
Something proud to go down in history
Who
as.
would be the fourth? Let me know who the fourth on the Mount Rushmore of serial killers
What
would be.
about that the one that had the people under the house in England?
Oh, Dennis Nelson. Yeah. Oh, no, Rose and Fred. Yeah.
Those.
Yeah.
They
The
had a feud,
American
didn't
serial
they?
killers.
Oh, okay.
There'd be a whole UK one. There'd be lots of Mount Rushmores. Anyway, thank you for listening.
Lots of Mount Rushmores.
We
what?
will rock you. Follow us on Patreon. Follow us on Instagram, mainly_murder. Join our Patreon where you get bonus episodes. Buy us a coffee. Yeah.
Say hello.
Float your goat. You can email us.
And I can't believe, can I just say, I tried to reply to Dice on Podbean and it took out my swear word.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I sent you the screenshot. I tried to tell her saying that I said something about how I was going to try and write some scripts and they'll be a real shit show. Took out the word shit.
Oh, what did it do?
It condensed the words together and I went, what? So then I tried to send her another message with trying to put an asterisk.
Yeah.
To hide the swear word.
It still know what you were doing?
No, I think it let me do the second one. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. I looked at it when it posted and I went, what the hell happened there? And then I realised two words have been shoved together and it took out the word shit.
That's like we've been watching YouTube and the subtitles on and it just takes the word fuck out. It just puts like a bracket, underscores. It's like, oh.
Or that Mike, no, what's his name? Rife? Matt Rife?
Matt Rife? Mike Rife.
I don't know where I got Matt, Mike, whatever. He's, when it's on YouTube or whatever, and it'll say, like you'll say a word and it'll put a different word there every time. It'll be like fudge instead of fuck or something like that.
Yeah, they do that so they can put it on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. So but it just looks funny. Like, you know exactly what he's saying, but it comes up, and you're like, that just read fudge, but he said fuck.
Fucking grow up.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to stop being such a little bitch. Anyway, Patreon, Bites Coffee, Instagram, email us at. It's not up there.
What's the address? MainlyMurderPodcast at gmail.com.
Go you. My ear's burning. Someone's talking about me.
Oh, it's not me. I'm right here.
You know, if your ears are burning, you bite your tongue because then that stops a person from talking about you. You know, your ears burning.
What?
The theory.
It's like yesterday's bullshit of, you don't clean up on New Year's Day.
No, yeah.
That was fucking frog shit too. Where'd that come from?
You know when your ears are burning and it's like someone's talking about you?
Yeah.
The counter theory is you bite your tongue and it makes them stop.
Where did you hear this?
Can't remember.
Yeah, because you can't. Because you just
TikTok.
made it up. I'm going to look up the other stupid one you said yesterday about don't clean up on...
Yeah, it's like an Irish thing or like a witchcraft thing. Because if you clean on New Year's Day, you're cleaning all the good luck out of your house.
Oh, bullshit.
You're also meant to not like do dishes or laundry or wash your hair.
This is just you, but this is 365 days a year. It's got nothing to do with...
I clean my house on New Year's Eve.
No, your house... Yeah, because you probably had visitors.
Anyway, I've done it every year and at midnight you open the door. So that's my traditions for New Year's Eve every year.
What?
It's an Irish tradition. You open your fucking door, you let the bad year out and the good year in. Look up Irish traditions.
No. And what if you left the good year out and you blend in a shit year coming in?
I'm going to open the front door for you right now.
How do you know what the difference is?
You're such a skeptical bitch.
Oh, you're a fucking weirdo.
Anyway.
You believe any shit you read.
Follow us, like, subscribe, comment, whatever the fuck you do, you boo. We'll see you
if you want to enter the argument, feel free.
Hey, what are your New Year's traditions?
I'm going to beat the fuck out of her in a minute. No, you don't literally bite your tongue when someone's talking to you.
What?
No, you don't bite your tongue when someone is talking about you. Idiot.
Did you look up what did you Google?
I just wrote, do you bite your tongue if someone's to stop someone talking about you?
Do you bite your tongue when your ear is burning? That's the theory. You fucking moron. Oh my God. All right, I'm going to go kill her. See you next week when it's live from prison. See you next Tuesday.